Oh,
How are you feeling? What was today like for you?
it was an amazing day just to be out there and competing with my teammates. It's been quite a whirlwind of just trying to get back and seeing how I can do. And it's still, a day-to-day thing. And I'm just super excited that I was able to be out there. It was just so much fun to be back in a game atmosphere. It feels like it's been forever.
Were there nerves? I mean,
Oh my God, yeah.
oh, really?
Tons of nerves. A lot of butterflies. And, I was honest about it with my people. Like, I am so nervous right now. Like, I haven't been out there. I haven't played in a while. Even my return to play, like, yes, I was able to get a little bit of basketball in, but not nearly what you get like in preseasons and whatnot. So all of this is kind of a part of, the return to play and just trying to get reps and see how I feel and respond.
One more from me real quick. We were do our angle. I wasn't sure. During when you're checking out, are you standing up? Are you on a bike? I didn't see you sitting up.
Yeah, no, I have the option of a bike, but generally I'm standing up and trying to just keep my hips loose and continue to like feel my feet and stay warm to go again. I don't love sitting. So yeah, I try to just keep moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured it was something I could just
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure. Well, the good thing is I've been consistently in here for many, many hours every single day. So that felt like the same to me. And I got, I do all the same to get ready for even a practice. So that's the good thing. Like none of this felt different, but I got here around, 11:15 and started my treatments, and I do a bunch of different things, microcurrent and whatnot. And then I get into the weight room and I start moving and going through my movement patterns, which also help me like get loose and feel good. From there, I get on court and got to get a couple shots up. And then again, back to treatment and staying loose, some cupping, and then game time. But yeah, it's just, continuing to move and continuing to, work through tightness or whatever it may be. But mainly just stay moving and staying honest with my people to get me as right as they can. The best part was being able to sustain being on the court. It was a minute by minute thing. Like, yes, we tried to keep it to there she is, she's back. You have your like minutes and your idea of it, but it could have been I'm in the first 2 minutes and I'm out. So it was kind of just a play it by ear. So I'm most proud of being able to stay in there, sustain, a game feel. And then from there, the first half, I felt like I was rushed at times. Sometimes I was forcing things or just not going right up into my shot and hesitating. But the game kind of was able to just come to me, and I was able to, work through my teammates and get comfortable and settle in. No, I did, especially at the beginning, when they call my name out and, I'm running out, and I was like a little bit emotional, and I was like, I can't add crying right now. Like I'm nervous. I can't have tears and all that, but I certainly felt it like welling up in my eyes for a second. I was like, walk in, fine. But I love our fans. I love this city. The last time I was on this court, I was competing for a championship and they were here. So we've been through a lot together, to say the least. So the welcoming me back felt really special. Thank you.
Okay, you're talking about the first half, how you felt like you're forcing things, and I think you were just one for four. How did you like make an adjustment mentally, physically at halftime? Because you obviously came out.
Yeah. It was more just like I needed to let the game come to me a little bit more and just settle in, and also be okay with the fact that it was going to be ugly at times and still will be ugly at times. So I think the biggest part was just not beating myself up. If I beat myself up all halftime long, I probably wouldn't have come out and been able to, settle into it. So just trying to like stay positive, stay in the moment, and know like, okay, I felt what they're doing on defense. I'm trying to get my footing on defense as well, and then just being able to settle into the moment and being a basketball player. It's what I've played for many years. I'm aged now. So I hope that I've learned a little bit and can play smarter.
How does your body feel now?
Right now it feels good. You know, adrenaline always makes things feel awesome. I'll go do a few hours now of treatment. And then tomorrow I'll have another big day of treatment, movement, and see how I feel. And we'll assess it from there, how the next game will go. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was talking to my guy and I had to finagle my way for a couple extra minutes. How many minutes did I end? Okay, I did pretty well. We said about 20, and I was feeling good and I'm able to be honest about it. Like, I'm not going to be stupid knowing, like, if I feel bad, I'm not going to be like, oh, I feel great and push it so I can't get in the next game. So I felt like we had a good vibe. We've spent hours and hours on end together, so we're able to read each other, and he knows too what's best. You know, I think we'll see. Like, it's all going to be how I feel tonight, how I feel tomorrow. If I feel great, maybe. If I don't feel so great, we might have to lower the minutes. It's just kind of, honestly, it's a day-to-day sort of thing.
That concludes in person. We're going to go to Zoom quickly. We'll start with Winston.
Hey, Elena, hope all is well. Congratulations and welcome back. What was your emotion like when you heard the crowd, I guess, welcoming you back? What was that like? How were you feeling?
It was emotional. Yeah, I had said to my in-person people that I was already nervous and experiencing enough like butterflies and emotions in that way that then I felt like tears welling up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot cry right now and add more to this emotional plate. But it was amazing because I said I had been competing for a championship the last time I was on that court. So to come back out and to know that the fans have stuck with me, I'm sure there's been frustrations not having me back out there, but to know that I'm doing my absolute best to be out there with my teammates and to get that type of welcoming just continues to show how much I love these fans and this city. They're so great.
Quick follow-up, have you gotten any text messages congratulating you on coming back or anything like that? And if you wouldn't mind sharing maybe one or two?
You know, I've gotten a lot, especially from family and friends. More than anything, just like being proud of me that I was able to even be out there and compete because they've seen what I've been through all this process.
All right, thank you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Last question to Chantel.
Hey, Elena, thanks for your time today. I'm curious, I've heard athletes who've missed a lot of time talk about the importance of mental visualization while they're out rehabbing an injury. I'm curious, over the last 22 months, how much you did that, and when you were doing that, what were you thinking about? Was it practice? Was it games? Was it like your return the day of specifically?
Oh yeah, I do a ton of that. I meditate daily for 10 to 15 minutes. So that's a moment where I'm able to kind of visualize and be present. Today, I was visualizing the game and where I'd like to see, my first points come from, or what I need to be like on defense and what my stance should look like. So yes, there's been a ton of visualization and just trying to play through, my spots and where I need to be. So meditation has been huge for me throughout these, months.
Thank you.
That's it, Elena. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate your time.
Mike, I know things weren't perfect today, but much improved, I think, second half and probably overall. It's kind of what was the deal that you kind of got walking away from that? Not so wanted, but overall, the place seemed better than the rest of it.
In part, we're still struggling offensively. I mean, we shot what 37% or 38%, whatever, with 37% missed layups. It was great to have Elena back. I mean, it gave us, I think a good emotional boost, but we aren't reading really well how we're being played. I mean, today, good example was we shot into their length a lot, if that makes sense. I mean, you got a team that's really long. I mean, their whole starting lineup is long as front, across the front. I mean, Katie Lou's a, 6'5", 6'6", small forward. And, I don't know how many shot blocks they end up with. It was 10, I think, but, shouldn't be. I mean, we don't usually get our shot blocked, but we didn't use good judgment. Our turnovers were tough turnovers because they turned into points. I think they had 19 points off our turnovers. No, we missed some crucial shots. I think our overall sticking together with the game plan was better today. When we got down after that, bad second quarter, we got right back in the game. But we take a 1-point lead and then we just couldn't get a stop. And you need a stop and a score and a stop and a score, and then you can turn the game completely around. We just didn't get it. We made mistakes. So we'll see. Yeah, she did. She's been nursing, an injury most of the year, and she got banged up pretty good today. So yeah, it's a hip. I'm not gonna play doctor here. Only on TV.
One last thing for me. It seemed like Natasha was a little bit more aggressive offensively. That's something that was.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've just been trying to encourage that in general. I mean, getting her going to the basket more when we, had our break practices. That was an emphasis. She saw some opportunities today, and that really helps our offense if she can do that. No. I mean, I don't know what she said to you guys about it. I think I'm happy with, I mean, shoot, that's the first game she's played in. She gets 16 points and was, pretty engaged into the game. There's some things that probably still aren't comfortable for her yet, but, I wasn't expecting maybe even that today, just, and see where it goes. So, I mean, and it's hard because, you're on a minutes limit, and you're just starting to get warm, but you want to play, if you sit too long, you get stiff. So it's trying to balance play, sit. And I think that, we'll see where that goes over the next week or two. Trying to get warm and then, trying to sit and then get ready to come back. It's difficult for her at the moment. I can't even read that into it one way or the other. I don't know. I mean, I just think she gives everybody confidence in general on a daily basis. Oh, yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I don't know. I haven't watched the film. I don't, I mean, some of it was, just made mistakes though. I mean, like I said, some of those are mistakes by people who've been playing for a while too. So, trying to piece it together and see what works, with this group. But there's some things offensively we just have to recognize better in order for us to get better. How teams are, who's coming to double team. So how do you make them pay for that? Who's switching and how do you make them pay for that? We got good at that a couple of years ago, but it took a long time to play. You got to play together. That's the one thing that Seattle has almost over anybody, and maybe Vegas because they've played together so long, is that once you've played that many games together, you just recognize it. And, we got to that point a couple of years ago. We're not close to that right now.
Is there any questions on Zoom for Coach?
Actually, I got one. With the team struggling, how is Elliot Dunn's offense gonna help as you try and turn the season around?
Well, anybody that can score right now on our team will be a huge help. We'll take all comers as far as scoring. And so, I mean, when we're at our best, we usually have 4 or 5 people in double figures and we're getting, we're low turnovers and we get to the free throw line. Free throw line was even for a change today, although I think everybody saw a few calls where Elena and Tina could have gone to the line. I think that, we have to be back down to that 12, 13 turnover game for us to be our best. Or if they're turnovers, they need to be dead ball turnovers where people aren't running out on us. But they got live ball turnovers and turn them into fast break points.
Winston?
Hey, Coach, hope all is well. When you look at how your team is pretty much, this is the first time they've been on the court in a game, do you give some kind of leeway to that and just kind of some time to gel together?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, except that we got 10 games left to go and we're going to probably need to win at least half of them or more to get in the playoffs. So, the leeway is subjective at this point right now.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Coach.
Yep.
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
No, wasn't the ultimate outcome that you guys looking for? Did you feel better than the last one?
Absolutely. That's what I said in the locker room. Losing sucks and losing consecutively sucks. But it's no secret. We've had a lot of adversity this year. We've had a lot of injuries. We have a lot of new players. Adding Elena back to the group, we're still trying to find our chemistry, but there's so many good things that we can take from today. I mean, we were literally in the game with 3 minutes left. And so those are the growing moments that we need to have. Within those 3 minutes, where can we be better? Where can we be more efficient to close out these games? So yes, it sucks that we lost, but there's a lot of good in there. And it was really good to have Della back on the court today.
Ask about yourself real quick. Seems like you were being a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end. Like say, that's something that you haven't talked about. Can you take me through that diaphragm a little bit? What you're looking for?
Just keeping people honest. A lot of people like to go under on me on ball screens because I'm really efficient in ball screen action. And they're daring me to shoot. So it's no different than 2019 when Connecticut did the same thing in that series. I got to be able to knock down shots and really allow people to commit to me. So that makes it a lot easier for my teammates and for me to set my teammates up as well.
Last one, we gotta ask about Elena. What was it like having her back? Just on the floor, what was the feel? Like something was a little bit different,
Yeah.
Everybody back running with you.
Yeah, it's always good to have Elena back. You guys know we played together for about 4 or 5 years now. So that's my Batman. It was really good to have her back on the court. Her presence alone opens up the floor so much for me to be able to do what I do, for all of our guards and our posts to be able to do what they do. Because you have to commit to her on the 3-point line. So you can't necessarily be in help. So just her presence alone on the offensive end. And then defensively, I thought she did really good today. I know she was probably nervous, thinking she's a step slower, thinking her lungs wouldn't be there, but I think she played extremely well for it being her first day back in 2 years. Appreciate it. I think it went great. Elena just adds a natural flow to our offense and to our game in general. So again, having her on the court, just her presence alone. And then she got aggressive in the second half, which is always good for us. Good for us to see because she's a really good passer as well. So it was just good to have her back all around. Oh, I don't know. We were on the road. So that is the work that she was doing while we were on this last road trip. But I know Elena was probably playing against our scout guys. So maybe some one-on-one action. I know my little brother Jack was in here working out with her. So probably just some one-on-one stuff.
There's like 9-10 games left. What's your mindset going in? I know it's must win.
Yeah.
How badly is it must win?
We got to bust our ass. We got to get in the playoffs. And so that's our only mindset right now, is grinding it out and trying to put some wins together. We have a big stretch where we're home for about 2 weeks. It would have been great to get it rolling today. Fortunately, it didn't kind of fall to our favor, but we're back in here tomorrow and we're just as hungry as we were today. But we got to get some wins here. Yeah, Elena has a way of saying the right thing at the right time all the time. And to have that poise, to have that calmness when shit is kind of hitting the fan right now for us, that's huge to have that in your leader. And, I spoke on just her leadership just from working. Elena leads by example and vocally. So to see her in here every single day from 6 a.m. until after our practices, just working to get back to us, I mean, that sets the standard for our group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're testing twice a day or twice a week. It's been going somewhat okay as of now, but it's an inconvenience to have to sit outside and wait 40 minutes prior to. It pushes, we're playing every other day right now. So sleep and recovery is so important. So to have to get up an hour early just to get in here, get tested, make sure that you get your treatment, all that stuff, it just adds another layer to us, but we're trying to be safe. I'm glad we have testing in the first place, but we might have to revisit, just as this variant and the new variant that came out that isn't protected by our vaccine. We just need to kind of take it day by day and try to do what we can to protect ourselves and protect our family here at the Mystics. Appreciate it. Good. Oh, okay, Zoom. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, all right, let's do this.
Christos?
Hello, hope you're doing well. How big a deal for your team is Elena's return on and off the floor, and how optimistic you are about the rest of the season?
Just like I said, her presence alone on the court is huge for us. People have to commit to her. They have to play her honest, which opens up the floor a lot for us offensively. And just her poise and her leadership has been phenomenal. So just excited to have her. We'll see how she feels tomorrow morning, but this is, at the end of the day, yeah, we want her on the court, but we care about her and her safety and the longevity of her career and the quality of her life more than anything. So we're just taking it day by day. So back off with the expectations a little bit. Let her breathe a little bit out here. I know she's Elena Deladon. She's the GOAT. She's the best player in the world, but we're trying to make sure that, we're doing this the right way for her.
Rafiq?
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. I just want to ask you, Natasha, the team has now lost the game on this playoff game. It's like, what is the focus and mentality as you look to at least one, if not both, of the upcoming games against the Dallas Wings?
So we have LA first on Tuesday, then we have Dallas back to back. So our goal is to take those three. We're trying to get in playoffs. We can steal some games here. I think we started off our schedule with a really hard schedule and playing the top teams in the league. And I think we gave them all a good fight. We just got to be able to, string together the second half and finish off games the way we start games.
And assuming that the playoffs, well, this is the first time you played an entire roster minus Alicia Clark. Like, how good is it to have the entire roster minus Alicia Clark playing together?
It's great. We've really had a lot of diversity as a team this year. We are playing with 6 players for about a month. Numbers and minutes have been really high. Bodies are banged up. So to have a full roster where we can have subs, where everyone can eat, it's been great for us. So I'm really excited moving forward to have every single person ready for this roster, except for obviously AC, but I'm excited to have her back too as well.
Last question to Winston.
Hey, Tasha, hope all is well. I know you don't believe in moral victories, but you have to feel a little bit more confident moving forward with if you were to enter a fight with basically now both arms instead of just having one tied behind your back. I know you have to be a little bit more confident.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say that any given night, regardless of who plays on this roster, we're ready to go to war with each other. And I'll take one hand tied behind the back if that's what you're insinuating. But regardless, any night, this group, this locker room has people that can win these games, and everyone is meant to be here. Everyone is talented. Everyone adds something to this team. So yes, while it's nice to have everyone, we've been grinding with what we've had, and I'm really proud of that group, and now even more excited to have Elena back in. So wouldn't necessarily say like this team, I'll go to war with them every single night, every single player on this roster.
I got you. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Stay safe, get vaccinated, wear a mask. Don't be an